Okay, so I am a GP, a general practitioner, which is basically a family doctor. That means that I work in a clinic, and on a daily basis, I see patients that are registered at my clinic, and I see them for various things, like if they've got a minor illness.
Mhm.
I see them. I see them if they've got a long-term condition like diabetes or high blood pressure. We see them for having immunizations. We see them for giving them advice about traveling abroad. We see children, checking them after they've been born. Um, we basically also help people who are dying,
Mhm.
visiting them at home. Well, I decided to do medicine when I was 18, and that was because I did sciences at A level. And I also think my mum had a lot to do with it, because she basically would have quite liked to have been a doctor herself
Mhm.
and didn't have the opportunity to be one. So she was a teacher, a
Mhm.
science teacher. So she very much encouraged me to have a go at being a doctor and going into medicine, and that's what I ended up doing.
And so,
Um,
so what made you choose the kind of GP role?
so I started off. Every doctor who qualifies does work in the hospital to begin with, and then after a year, you can basically diversify into whatever you want to do, specialty wise. I wasn't very sure what I wanted to do, but I did quite like doing women's health. So I spent quite a lot of time doing labour wards, looking after women who are pregnant and having babies, and that sort of thing. But so I did that for a few years. But what I realised was that it involved quite a lot of working on weekends and working overnight, and I didn't
Mhm.
want to do that long term. So I changed my focus and thought, right, okay, what would enable me to still do a little bit of women's health medicine, yet not have to work nights and weekends, and that's general practice basically.
Mhm.
And general practice is quite a lot of that sort of thing, but there's also an awful lot more as well.
And working in general practice, is it different from how you imagined it would be?
um it has no. It's very much what you expect it to be. Everybody knows what a GP does, and the majority of the time I still do that job of seeing patients, but it has changed quite a lot over the 20 years that I've been doing it. And of course, now we do everything, we do lots more remote working. So,
Mhm.
talking to people on the telephone, video consultations, which we didn't ever do 20 years ago. So,
Mhm.
that has changed quite a lot.
Mhm. And what do you find especially rewarding about this job?
Oh, definitely helping people. I mean, I know that sounds very contrite, but you know, you do get lots of people who are very grateful for what you do on a daily basis.
Mhm.
And I'm never ever bored. There's
Mhm.
always something interesting that comes in, someone interesting, and you know, it's quite it's a good job for someone who's nosy.